Okay, so this is gonna be my review for chapter 51 of Reckoning of Ragnarok. Obviously, this video will have spoilers, so if you not have yet read the chapter first, then you can watch this video. And yeah, the chapter is really cool. Obviously, there's continuation in the fight between Buddha and Haijun, and now we know who was the person that planted that worm inside Zero to transform Zero from a guard of luck and to a demon, and that obviously was Beelzebub. So Beelzebub do some kind of find was a demon, a monster that destroyed the netherworld, and they have to destroy something and build it up because the monster destroy everything, really demolish everything and so on. And that is interesting here, that the world, the underworld, that where the Hades controlled, where Hades is a god and have power and so on, this place was totally destroyed of that monster. So the something happened to the monster. So the realms, the pieces of that monsters, they Beelzebub finds, and Beelzebub put it in Zero. For we don't know yet. They don't say an explanation in the story. Just say the Zero was the guard that get that virus, and yeah, and then we see one of Buddha's new attack, his lion dragon sight, and so that sight obviously he can use it as a normal sight, and the dragon can, on the other side, it's a big head that can blow out fire. So he have the ability is called hatred. I think hatred, or I think this. I don't think it's called hatred. Hatred is the ability, and so on. So we see different. We see obviously Hades, Ares, Zeus, Hermes. Talk about that monster about Haijun, and Haijun use different part of his. He can transform different part of his body to different, like, shield and weapons. So he can obviously protect his, like, with scale armor, and he can use, like, his hand. He transformed to a big, like, battle axe, and this kind of thing. And so yeah, there was that was the thing that happened in the chapter. It was not so much more than that. It was the continuation of the fight. So probably the next month, in September, somewhere in September, we gonna have the final of that battle between Buddha and Haijun. It's a possibility here that Buddha will win the fight. I'm not 100% certain, but it's possible that Buddha will do something very specific. If we're in the end of the chapter, he tells every god that tries to oppose me, go against me, I will defeat, or literally he say I'm gonna kill. And so he's probably gonna use a very specific ability that we've not yet seen yet. But I have to say, I'm very happy about the chapter. It was really good. It was very nice, with different ability from his new ability of Buddha. A little bit about backstory about Haijun, and this kind of thing. But I really hope in the future of Reckoning of Ragnarok they will find something for the fans that read Reckonings of Ragnarok and watch Reckoning of Ragnarok on the Netflix or other places, that we don't have to wait 2 months for each chapter. I really hope that they find some way that we can get the chapter much quicker than wait, because obviously it's obviously very much pages. In each of these chapter have 51 pages, so that is nice, but it's still very, very long waiting time for it. Obviously, if One Piece is doing popularly, it's the most popular manga that exists right now, and one of the most popular comic books too, most popular books. So we have 4 chapter each week, like one chapter each week. Sorry, one chapter each week of One Piece. So you have already, but already right now we are in chapter 1023. So on Thursday, the Japanese will be released, the Japanese version, and then we're gonna have this. The scan will be released on Friday. So there's gonna be 1000 chapter 24. Obviously, One Piece have been much longer. Sorry, be much longer as a story than Ragnarok, but there's so much break. So as in my other video, I really hope that we gonna get they do some separate teams that works with Ragnarok, the manga, and then you have the other team working for the Netflix, and then I really hope they work. The third team work with Guan Yu, the side story about Guan Yu, so we get quicker stories. But it's now going to be very interesting to see what happens. Who will be the next fighter after Buda and Haijun? Will it be the commander over the Shinsengumi? And Shinsengumi is medieval, late medieval elite police force in Japan. Is the Shinsengumi. So that is one character I really want to see. Obviously, the matchup I most want to see is between Sama Hayek and Rasputin. That is just my speculation that will happen, or Sama Hayek will fight against, that most people speculate about, against Apollo. So that's going to be interesting ability. What kind of Valkyrie will Sama Hayek use to his sniper? Will he use some kind of ice abilities? Obviously, because Sama Hayek is also, his other name is the White Death, and Sama Hayek is a famous Finnish sniper that was in the war against the Russian-Finnish war. It's a very famous sniper. So that is obviously because Ragnarok is a story between famous humans from history and very popular gods from history, from Greek mythology, from Hindu mythology, from Nordic mythology, from Slavic mythology, and African and Egyptian mythology. And we don't have yet seen any god from Aztec mythology or Inca mythology or Maya mythology or other Mesoamerican mythology yet in the story. So that is something I look forward to see, more diversity of different gods from different pantheons. So I really hope that we will see some god from the North America and Mesoamerica mythology. So maybe the war god of the Aztecs. So it'd be really cool to see in this Ragnarok, and so on. So the most god we have seen so far is Nordic and Hellenistic god in Greek mythology, and this kind of thing. So yeah, so I think I have to decide it like this. I'm not certain, but I think the next chapter 52, will be out maybe in the end of September. That is just speculation here. Prediction. It's my prediction in end of September. So maybe September 29 or 30. We will get chapter 52, but I don't know really. I don't know when the chapter will be out, because sometimes you get two chapters at the same time. Sometimes you have to wait 2 months beside chapters, and I don't know when they're gonna do a break. So I don't know if after chapter 52 we're gonna have a break, and then we have to wait 2 months with nothing, and then we're gonna get again. So I don't know how really they work, because I don't. I understand if it's a specific time you have to wait because of a specific reason. I think the specific reason why right now the manga takes a long time to make is because they are not as a big team, so they have a big part of their team have to work on the Netflix show, the animation. So the animation takes very long time to make. Obviously, made the moving pictures and graphics and all these kind of things. So maybe that is the reason for the manga is more going slower forward right now. That is just I don't know really if that is the case or not. And then they have a third thing, that is the side story about Lu Bu, and that is the first fighter you see in the manga and the Netflix of Reckoning and Ragnarok. And so obviously, for me, I think it's a bit unnecessary to have a side story about a character that was killed in the first battle, because I think it's more interesting if they finish the first story and Ragnarok they have ended, and then we can talk about the background story about some of the characters, about the history, why the guard decide in the story to kill all the humans. Some of the guard decide to kill all the humans. What was the reason for it? Because without the human, the guard are nothing. So what was the reason for that the guard want to destroy humanity, and so on? That is something interesting to know. What was the, because when we start to read chapter 1, all the guards are in a meeting, and they start to decide who, if the human are allowed to live 1,000 more years, or the humans should be destroyed, and this kind of thing. So really, what was the reason for it? What was the background for it? Why was it so that Aphrodite, Shiva, and some of the other gods really want to destroy humanity? What was the background for it? Was it because for something they had done against the god? Or because if they destroy humanity, that means that they're going to destroy everything. They're going to destroy the planet, and then then Aphrodite going to go against her own words, because she say that humans pollute and destroy the ecosystem of nature and this kind of thing. But if she destroys the planet, everything will be destroyed, so nobody can live. So I don't really see the point of their decision. I think their decision is a bit stupid, and I don't know. That is important thing for us fans to know why they want to destroy humanity. What do they have a specific background to it? And this right now it don't feel like that. They feel they don't really think, and the only smart characters in the story right now is the Valkyries that really knows what will happen if they destroy the world. Because you cannot destroy humanity. If humanity is destroyed, everything will die eventually. Okay, they're maybe gonna create new humans, obviously the guards and this kind of thing. Yeah, so that was my review for chapter 51 of Reckoning and Ragnarok, and yeah, it's yeah, go and read it if you want. Okay, bye.